I think we actually might have just seen the worst call in the entire history of sport. And like, this is a shock that it is actually not DiJonai Carrington committing a flagrant foul. DiJonai Carrington got flagrantly fouled.
Dame Carrington is quickly becoming one of the most disliked figures in the WNBA, and her latest on-court moment might have just sealed that reputation. In a heated matchup between the Dallas Wings and the Golden State Valkyries, Carrington found herself on the receiving end of a harsh reality check. After spending weeks surrounded by controversy and stirring tension, it finally came back around, and not in her favor. The timing? Absolutely poetic. It's the kind of instant karma that feels too perfect to script. If you're here for justice on the court, sound off in the comments. Fire Dane.
DiJonai, DiJonai, you're always in a dirty play. DiJonai, DiJonai, once again, here we are today. Oh, DiJonai, DiJonai.
WNBA officiating has been a mess all season, but Carrington somehow kept dodging the bad calls others, like Caitlin Clark, faced constantly. That changed against Golden State. For the first time, the refs turned their chaos on her, and, just like that, the tables flipped. The favoritism she once benefited from? Gone in an instant. Karma couldn't have come faster.
So the ball gets swung, Janelle Salon shoots the ball. It's coming out, it's coming out, it's coming out. So, DiJonai Carrington is just shielding the ball out of bounds. She's just shielding the ball out of bounds, as you do. And Tiffany Hayes tackles her to the ground. Tackles her to the ground.
With under 2 minutes left and Dallas down by 3, Janelle Saloon fired a deep shot that missed, sparking a scramble for the rebound. Carrington chased it down but wisely let it roll out, hoping to secure possession for her team, a veteran-level play. But just as things seemed under control, chaos erupted. Tiffany Hayes came flying in like a freight train and slammed into Carrington from behind. Both players hit the floor hard. It looked like a clear foul, wild, dangerous, and completely out of control.
Hayes does not look nor play like she's 35. Okay, she be bringing it to them girls each and every night. She got that, acting like that face harness, okay, like to protect her face, her eyes, her nose, whatever that is. She be look like a dominatrix to me. I'd be like, bro, who is that? She looks like it's giving Scarecrow, or like a Black Raven vibe, okay, like a hawk. And she looks like a bird of prey, okay? And that's how she plays. She plays like a bird of prey, while the other girls in the court are just worms to her, okay? They are bird food because she be cooking and eating everybody.
And yet, unbelievably, the officials blew the whistle on Carrington. That's right. The player who had stepped back, standing still after making a smart play, somehow got called for the foul. The reaction was instant and unanimous, total disbelief. Even those who normally root against Carrington were stunned, left wondering what kind of Twilight Zone the refs had wandered into this time.
And was able to draw a foul. I'm like, what is this? I mean, she almost deleted freaking DiJonai. I thought, like, I was really gravely concerned for DiJonai Carrington's life and health. I'm like, did y'all not just see Tiffany Hayes just throw her body up against her and slam her to the ground? This is crazy. Literally slammed her. DiJonai Carrington got pushed into a freaking old white man's lap because of Tiffany Hayes jumping on her like she ain't got no sense.
Now here's where the script flips and karma hits like a freight train. Usually, when a call this bad goes down, fans explode, calling out the refs, demanding justice, rallying around the wronged player. But not this time. Because this wasn't just any player. This was DJ Carrington. And instead of outrage, the crowd gave her a standing ovation, online. The reaction was instant, raw, and brutally honest. No sympathy. No protests. Just one message echoing across the internet: she finally got what she deserved.
Skylar's going down for a fast break layup. DiJonai winds up and smacks her across the head, and Skylar is on the ground having a hard time getting up. But this was something where people are saying, okay, DiJonai, this is happening a little bit too much for my liking. These hard fouls, these reckless plays are happening a little bit too much. And I want to show you guys one more play that was also in that game that actually injured Gabby Williams. Now, if you watch here, Gabby Williams is going up for a little mid-range jumper. DiJonai jumps to try to to block her, and she comes down to where Gabby Williams doesn't have enough landing space. So she lands in her landing space, and then Gabby Williams rolls her ankle.
The comment section wasn't mourning a bad call, it was throwing a party. For fans who'd watched Carrington jab Caitlin Clark in the eye, pile up cheap fouls, and play the villain week after week, this moment felt like overdue payback. Instead of outrage, there were comments like, finally. Karma clocked in, and now she knows exactly what Caitlin's been dealing with all season. It wasn't just justice, it was poetic, like a posterizing dunk that didn't just shake the court, it shattered Carrington's reputation in real time.
That call on DiJonai when Tiffany literally flew over her, wild. And then if you saw Paige's face when it was like, I think like 55 seconds left on the clock or something like that, and the coach was like giving them the next play, bruh.
The reaction was so overwhelmingly one-sided, it became a story all its own. Yes, Carrington was clearly the victim of a terrible call, but not a soul seemed to care. The public had already made up its mind. That's the price you pay when your entire brand is built on cheap shots and bad sportsmanship. Even when the injustice is obvious, no one's rushing to your defense. In that moment, her reputation came full circle. She wasn't just facing a bad call, she was finally facing the consequences of everything she'd sown.
Once again, DiJonai ratchet as Carrington is back at it again, being the dirty player that she is, man. So now we're pulling players to the floor by their hair. But what did we tweet earlier this week, everybody? Y'all fans swear I'm such a dirty player. I'm so over this narrative. But I just play hard as and I just make a play on the ball. And I'm tired of people calling me a dirty player.
Honestly, calling it one of the worst foul calls of the year might still be too kind. Carrington handled the play flawlessly, she pulled out of the scramble, kept her feet planted, and made zero contact. Meanwhile, Hayes came barreling in like she was trying to bulldoze a brick wall and flattened her. Yet somehow, the whistle went against Carrington. It was so ridiculous, even Valkyrie's fans, the ones who benefited from the call, were wincing. Dallas fans were furious, and rightfully so. That blown call cost them a crucial possession in a tight game. The Valkyries seized the momentum and ran with it, eventually winning by 10. But the real headline wasn't the final score, it was that absolutely outrageous call.
Into this Dallas ball. But do you know what another referee called? Do you know what another referee calls? So one says it's Dallas ball. Another referee, as you can see right here, Salon miss, Valkyrie's rebound. Apparently Tiffany Hayes got the rebound. And DiJonai fouled Tiffany Hayes. Apparently, Tiffany Hayes got the rebound and got fouled by jumping on DiJonai Carrington.
What made it all so deliciously ironic was that this was the same DJ Carrington who had spent the entire season dodging accountability. The same player who poked Caitlin Clark in the eye on national TV and somehow walked away without even a technical. The same one who had clear flagrant fouls downgraded, who started altercations that needed refs to step in, and still managed to avoid any serious consequences. But now, after months of dishing it out, she finally had to take some back. And it happened on one of the most crucial plays of the night.
As everyone else has seen this angle, I'm calling her in, and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
And the context made it all hit harder. This wasn't just another mid-season game, it was a must-win for Dallas, desperately clinging to their playoff hopes. Every possession mattered. That blown call, where Carrington got whistled for literally just standing still, sparked a momentum shift that helped Golden State close the game out. It wasn't just karma, it was karma with consequences. Her team paid the price for her reputation, and there was nothing she could do to stop it. That's the thing about poetic justice, it doesn't knock, it kicks the door down. Carrington had spent months throwing elbows, taunting opponents, and playing like the rules didn't apply to her. And when the refs let it slide, she walked around like she owned the league. But not this time. This time, the script flipped. The refs didn't just stop protecting her, they made her the target. And for once, the same broken officiating that's been hammering players like Caitlin Clark all season finally turned its spotlight on one of the league's dirtiest.
Is this? Look! Pulling players to the floor by their hair is not making plays on the ball. This is not basketball. WNBA. When is she gonna get fined, suspended, or kicked out of the league for this reckless behavior? This is the 4th incident. The Lynx incident, taking out Ariel Atkins, taking out Skylar Diggins, and now the LA Sparks. When is it gonna stop, man? When is accountability gonna be taken for her being the dirty player and ratchet that she is?
Normally, when a player gets burned by a bad call, there's at least a moment of unity. Fans, analysts, even rival supporters usually come together to call out the injustice. The player becomes a talking point for how officiating needs to improve. But in DiJonai Carrington's case? Silence. Actually, worse than silence. The internet echoed with one message: that's what she gets. That alone says everything about her reputation. Carrington hasn't built goodwill, she's built resentment. So when she finally got the short end of a call, no one rushed to defend her. Instead, people celebrated it. And that's when you know you've officially crossed into villain status. It's not just about one bad call anymore, it's about fans losing trust, not just in Carrington, but in the WNBA's ability to apply the rules evenly.
I find that fans are losing faith not just in certain players, but in the WNBA's ability to enforce fairness consistently.
And she ends up getting...
Here's an additional powerful line you can insert to strengthen the final impact of that paragraph. It wasn't just a reaction to one moment, it was a reckoning for all the moments the league ignored. Here's how it flows with the rest. See. The truth is that fans should be upset about a blown call, no matter who it happens to. If the league wants to be taken seriously, it has to operate under the assumption that justice matters, even when the person getting screwed is someone you don't like. But Carrington's case proves we're not there. Instead of demanding better officiating, fans were satisfied watching karma finally show up. That tells you something deeper is broken. Carrington became a vessel for years of pent-up frustration. Not just for her on-court behavior, but for the league's refusal to hold her accountable. Her style of play, often reckless and borderline dangerous, made her the perfect face for what fans see as a bigger cultural problem in the WNBA. The lack of real consequences. It wasn't just a reaction to one moment, it was a reckoning for all the moments the league ignored, and when the league allows that reputation to fester, don't be surprised when people celebrate a bad call instead of protesting it. That's not healthy for any sport.
Reckless and borderline dangerous made her the perfect face for what fans see as a bigger cultural problem in the WNBA. The lack of real consequences. And when the league allows that reputation to fester, don't be surprised when people celebrate a bad call instead of protesting it. That's not healthy for any sport.
Doesn't matter how many times DiJonai Carrington wants to get on her social media and want to claim that she's the victim and that she's not a dirty player. The league has rescinded fouls. Yeah, the league's rescinding flagrant fouls on you because it's run by a bunch of cowards. They're flagrant fouls, they're dirty plays, they're trashy plays. Someone's going to get very physically injured. At this point, DiJonai Carrington, forget about it. You won't beat these allegations.
Here's an additional powerful line you can insert to strengthen the final impact of that paragraph. It wasn't just a reaction to one moment, it was a reckoning for all the moments the league ignored. Here's how it flows with the rest. See. The truth is that fans should be upset about a blown call, no matter who it happens to. If the league wants to be taken seriously, it has to operate under the assumption that justice matters, even when the person getting screwed is someone you don't like. But Carrington's case proves we're not there. Instead of demanding better officiating, fans were satisfied watching karma finally show up. That tells you something deeper is broken. Carrington became a vessel for years of pent-up frustration. Not just for her on-court behavior, but for the league's refusal to hold her accountable. Her style of play, often reckless and borderline dangerous, made her the perfect face for what fans see as a bigger cultural problem in the WNBA. The lack of real consequences. It wasn't just a reaction to one moment, it was a reckoning for all the moments the league ignored, and when the league allows that reputation to fester, don't be surprised when people celebrate a bad call instead of protesting it. That's not healthy for any sport.